Welcome to Studley Grange Farm Park and Butterfly World, UK. So just outside is free parking. You walk inside, you got a shop, cafe, picnic area, and just right at the beginning, you buy your ticket and go through. There are discounts if you're a student or an elderly. Now you enter the actual zoo. This is the first section where it's a little bit warmer and it tells you what's on. We're going to start with the outside area, and if you do get cold, you can go back in and out as much as you like because you've got a wristband. The first animals are the two otters.
Which means he was put in with a group of girls in the hope that he would father many pups. However, in a trend for Tarka, he's an incredibly picky boy and didn't find himself fancying any of the girls he was put with. So he bounced around a few other places before he found his way here. Sophia, on the other hand, came from a different zoo and came from an established group, which is most likely. Now in the wild, these guys would have a mixture of low...
No.
Who's behind you?
Walking ahead on the left, we have the tortoise. On the right, we have a giant looking rabbit called a maru. It's hiding in its hut. And on the left again, we've got the owl. This owl is actually really big, and there's also one in the background. On top of the cage is a peacock, and if you keep on going, there's a weird door here which people try to open. It is locked, and inside are some skunks, and if you keep on going, there are loads more peacocks all along here. Ooh. Straight ahead, we have the meerkats, and there's little babies just there. They're currently burrowed inside, but then they do go outside often, and when they are outside, they just run around, and it stands up and looks. When it does stand, it doesn't really look like it's standing because it's so small, it just looks like a ball. So in general, as you saw, there's not many animals of each. Now we are starting to walk away from that main square section towards this chicken area. Continue walking and you'll see some other animals.
Don't do that, Sienna. Come on now. What have you got down here?
Take the head, the hand.
That whole walking area is quite muddy, and now we're going into this little hut area. So this is where all the turkeys are held. There are more sheep and lamb, and there's also goats. At the entrance, you can buy food to feed the animals. Since young children are free to enter, there are lots of children here making noise, so I'm just going to put a song over this section. area is very hot and humid, so you want to take off your coats. This area is a big circle, so on my left we just saw tortoises. You can keep on walking. Right on the left here is the cafe, so you can see into the butterfly world without actually going in. We've got a pond which has terrapins. There's also a pond with koi fish. As you walk around, you'll be able to see butterflies sitting and flying around. They kind of fly towards you and then away, and there is a board with all the different names of them. Most places import their butterflies, however here uses a local breeder. Certain species can't be bred here just because of the climate, but you can see a dead one if you ask them. Towards the end there's a little curtain and you can go behind it and see these little albino hedgehogs. It's rare to see them awake. It's sort of a very small booth and it really smells in here. So we're now at the end. That little black curtain was where we were, and we can also see some snakes in these windows. On the counter, where there's no staff, there are some ants and some information about butterflies and caterpillars. It was now time for the raccoon feeding, so we decided to go to the raccoons back outside. Basically it's too cold and they know they're going to be fed inside, so they kind of refuse to come out. She did try quite hard to get them out, but this is what they did.
Any of the others come out today, just because it's still cold and they are very lazy when it's cold, so they do not want to get out of bed.
He's like, dip the toe out, no, it's still cold out.
Finally, we went back inside and we're now in the reptile house. So you can see it's quite a small room. This is the whole entire room. In each exhibit, it's kind of like a Where's Wally, because they're so camouflaged. Since it is a small room, it's also very noisy here. On the door, there are signs and information about experiences that you can partake. These can be reptile encounters, it could be meerkat encounters, or it can also be birds of prey, so you can play with the owl and feed them. If you want these VIP experiences, you need to contact them in advance to have it reserved. The tarantula area is kind of cool. You gotta press this button down here to put on a light to see him. Overall, I really enjoyed this place. It wasn't what I was expecting because I just thought it was butterflies. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!